What's going on, everybody? Alex here, Nickens Lawn and Landscape. Day 2 of the Duramax removal. I didn't do the best job of recording yesterday. I was kind of tired, kind of getting cranky. I couldn't get that thing out, but I finally got it out. Come over here real quick. We do not have good lighting, so excuse that. But this, I described it all in yesterday's video. I'll leave a link to that right here if you didn't see it. But that whole front support came out as one. It's pretty straightforward for the most part. If you can't find anything, check online. You'll be able to find it somewhere. But now what we're doing is just trying to take all this wiring off, trying to get disconnected from that point. I'll take this pipe off here, just taking off anything that we can to kind of get it out of the way. And then we will start taking off the main bolts. I know we got to get this off before we get this thing out of here, so we're gonna have to tackle that too. Get the belt off. We have to take off the AC compressor, the alternator, and the power steering pump to put on the new engine. So we got to get all that. I think it has the idler on there, but it definitely doesn't have the fan, so we got to get all that stuff off. But just gonna unbutton everything. We got to get the fuel all disconnected, so just going to jump right back into a time lapse here and see what we can get off. All right, guys, we got her out. It was not really any worse than I expected. Everything came apart really pretty easily, but there was just a lot of plugs and wires. I kind of figured all that would be in one, and it wasn't. There was quite a bit more than I expected, and I was hoping to do a how-to on this series, but it is way too intense for what we're given here. We don't have very much time to make these videos. We don't make any money off them, so spending the hours and hours and hours that it would take to do a legitimate how-to video on this is just not feasible. So I mean, pretty much all you got. I'll go over real quick the rundown of what we had to do. So on the back, let me come over here. For those of you guys that don't know how this stuff works, I can give you a quick what it takes. So back here, pretty much this is all your exhaust right here. That we took off by taking one clamp. We do have to remove all this to put it on the new engine before that goes back in, but as far as getting the engine out, all you have for the exhaust is this one clamp right here. You've got all your bolts around here around your bell housing. I think there was, Nick, what was that, 9? I think it was 9 bolts we had. You've got to take your starter off, which goes right here on the other side of this, and then after you take your starter off, you've got the bolts that go into your I'm having a brain fart here, torque converter, and that is down there. So we had to take all of those out. We had to take all these bell housing bolts out, take the starter off, take the exhaust off, all these main wire harnesses. This had to come off. This was bolted on the back. That had a bracket. This is part of a main wire harness. This is part of a main wire harness, and all this is going to have to get transferred to the new engine. We're not going to use any of that wiring because if something is just a hair different, it won't work right. So we have to switch every last wire on this thing. So that should be fun. But let's see what else we had to do here. Obviously you have your motor mounts right here. We took them off different on each side, but we got those off. You've got one right there, that black piece. We took the 4 bolts off of that straight to the block, so the whole motor mount is right there. This one we split the motor mount, and then you have all these heater lines and AC lines that cut around the motor. Those all had to come off. You had these power supplies that went to the alternator, and I think the other one went to something on the intake. I don't remember what. I got one line going up over there. It's tucked up under the windshield wiper. That's for the AC. And over there we just had a bunch of plugs, grounds, all kinds of stuff. So like I said, if we were to do a legitimate how-to on this process, it would be like 3 hours long. So we did the best we could and tried to capture as much as we could. But like I said, to do something like that and to edit a video like that would be some serious time. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Wish we could have made it a little more in-depth, but like I said, this just got it got complicated pretty quickly, and we just wanted to focus on getting it out. Frankly, I'm happy that we got it out in the time that we did. I'm pretty proud of that. So getting it in will be a whole nother story, I think. Lining everything up correctly and doing it in the correct order, remembering what went where. But we're going to try to do it ASAP. We're going to start on it tomorrow, see where we can get with that. But we need to do it soon while it's still fresh in our memory. So we're going to start on that tomorrow. I think it's going to end up taking us quite a few hours just to get the other engine where this one sits right now. Getting all the wiring off it and getting all the parts off it that we need. The AC compressor. We already got the alternator off, so that's fine. We got to get the flywheel off, the exhaust manifolds, all that's got to come off. I'm going to spray that down with PB Blaster tonight. But like I said, I think where we got and the time that we got there is pretty cool for us, never doing this before. So hopefully within the next video or two, we'll have this thing back in and be able to start this truck up. Right now it looks kind of scary to me personally, not knowing exactly what we're doing, but I'm sure we'll get it. Like always, we'll figure it out one way or another. We may make a mistake or two along the way, but that's what it's all about. Alright guys, that's all we got for this one. If you enjoyed it, please give it a big thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought. And if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. I'll see you in the next one.